I thought I had found the perfect woman. Sana was everything I ever dreamed of: beautiful, intelligent, kind, and with a smile that could light up a room. After dating for 2 years, I finally proposed, and she said yes. The wedding was just 6 weeks away, and preparations were in full swing. My family adored her. My friends admired me for landing such a perfect girl. But then, one night, everything changed. I was at my office, working late, when I got a call from an unknown number. "You don't know me," the man said, "but you need to know the truth before you ruin your life." I frowned, suspicious. "Who are you?" I asked. "Doesn't matter," he replied coldly. "Sana isn't who you think she is. She's been seeing someone else, even after your engagement." I almost hung up, thinking it was a sick prank. But then he said the name, Faisal, a guy from her office. I felt my stomach twist. I confronted Sana that night, and she denied everything, swore on her parents, cried, begged me to believe her. And for a moment, I did. Until the next day when I received a video on WhatsApp from the same unknown number. There she was, Sana, in Faisal's apartment, laughing, kissing, touching, just 2 weeks ago. My fiancée, the woman I was about to marry. I felt like someone had ripped my heart out of my chest. I called Sana's mother, hoping she'd help me understand, maybe even stand by me. But instead, she calmly said something I'll never forget. "Beta, every girl makes mistakes. Before marriage. What matters is that she chose you now. Accept it, forget it, and don't ruin the wedding." I was stunned. "Mistake? She cheated on me," I shouted. "So what?" her mom snapped. "She's marrying you. That means you won. Faisal lost. Don't throw away a good marriage over this." I hung up without another word. That night I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, drowning in rage, betrayal, and humiliation. But instead of confronting Sana again, I decided on something else. I was going to destroy her. Not by shouting, not by fighting, but in a way so calculated, so brutal that she'd never recover from it. For the next 4 weeks, I played the role of the perfect groom. I smiled, I laughed, I acted like nothing was wrong. I told Sana I loved her every day. I even helped with the wedding shopping, paid for everything, and made her believe I had forgiven her. But secretly, I was planning my revenge. I hired a private investigator and told him to dig up every detail about Sana's affair. Within days, he handed me photos, videos, call logs, WhatsApp chats, everything, not just Sana and Faisal, but also Faisal's fiancée Aisha. Yes, Faisal was engaged too, and I realized I wasn't the only one being betrayed. So, I reached out to Aisha. We met at a cafe, and when I showed her the evidence, she broke down crying. But then her tears turned to anger. And that's when I knew we could work together. The wedding day arrived. Over 400 guests. A lavish banquet hall. Sana looked stunning in her bridal dress. Everyone admired her beauty. Everyone thought I was the luckiest man alive. They didn't know what was about to happen. After the Nikah ceremony, when the stage program started, I took the microphone. My hands didn't tremble. My voice didn't shake. "Thank you all for coming to celebrate this beautiful day," I began, smiling warmly. "But before we continue, there's something I need to share with you all." Sana's face lit up, thinking I was about to give a romantic speech. Instead, the lights dimmed. The big screen behind us came alive. First, our engagement photos appeared. Me holding her hand, her laughing, our happy memories. Happy. Then, the slideshow faded, and the next video began. Sana and Faisal, in his apartment, in a hotel, in his car. The entire hall gasped. Some people covered their mouths, some whispered loudly. Sana's father jumped from his seat, shouting her name. Sana froze. Her smile disappeared. She stood up, trembling. "Turn it off! Please, turn it off!" she screamed, tears pouring down her face. I didn't. I let every second play. And then, the lights came back on. I pulled out a stack of papers from my pocket, printed screenshots of her chats with Faisal. I threw them in the air, and they rained down like confetti. The hall erupted into chaos. Sana's relatives were shouting. Her father slapped her across the face. Her mother fainted. And then I dropped the final bomb. I turned to Faisal, who was sitting quietly with his fiancée, Aisha. "Faisal, stand up," I said coldly. He hesitated, pale and sweating. "Tell everyone what you told Sana in this chat," I demanded, pointing to the blown-up screenshot on the screen. He stammered, unable to speak. I looked at Aisha, who walked up to the stage and slapped him hard in front of everyone. Then, she pulled off her engagement ring and threw it in his face. "We're done," she spat before walking out. Sana collapsed on the stage, sobbing uncontrollably. "Please, please, I can explain," she begged, crawling toward me. I stepped back, looking down at her with nothing but disgust. "Explain it to someone who cares," I said coldly. "Because as of this moment, there is no wedding." Gasps filled the hall. My family stood behind me, silent but supportive. I handed the microphone back, walked off the stage, and left the hall without looking back. The fallout was catastrophic for Sana. Her family disowned her. Faisal lost his engagement, his job, and his reputation when the videos leaked to his office. Sana tried calling me dozens of times. She showed up at my house crying, begging me to forgive her. I never opened the door. Months later, I heard Faisal dumped her and moved abroad. Sana is still single, living with relatives who barely tolerate her. As for me, I moved on. Slowly. Painfully. But on my terms. And sometimes, when I think back to that wedding day, I remember her mother's words. "Every girl makes mistakes before marriage." No, some mistakes cost everything.